You're not allowing yourself to feel confident, to focus on the things that would make you confident, to think the thoughts that would make you confident, to have the perspective that would make you confident. And so I really want to start with that and say it's all within your control. If you want confidence, you can have it. If you want to show up to this event as you are and have fun and feel really good about yourself and enjoy the company, have good conversations, laugh, play, you can. But I can imagine there are some things holding you back from that at the moment. I think the first one is that you might be heavily focused on what other people are going to think about you. Maybe you're worried they're going to think negative things about you, like, oh gosh, look, she gained weight, or look, she isn't as thin as I remember. Or maybe you are hoping that they'd think wonderful things about you. Oh, look how good she looks so thin, so sexy, and you're thinking that now they won't. And either way, it can be painful. And I know your weight and your body is excruciatingly important to you. But notice first of all that you are an entire person, right? And your weight is just one attribute of many, many that you hold. And when other people interact with you, they are taking the full picture of you into consideration, whereas you have this one attribute as like 90% of the importance and value of who you are and what people might be thinking about you. And that just probably isn't the case. It's just very, very unlikely. If you had to put a percentage on it, and obviously this doesn't really mean an awful lot, but just as a little experiment, if you had to put a percentage on how much you think these people care about you, or value you because of how you look, how much how you look is going to weigh into their opinion of you or thoughts about you, what percentage would you give that? Maybe they notice what size you are, they may or may not, but you'll probably find that it's a lower percentage than the one that you're making it up to be in your head. And if it is a small percentage, a tiny percentage, then consider the amount of value and thought that you're putting into how you look. And if it aligns, if someone else values you almost entirely on your body size or what you look like, what do you make of that? We're talking about other people's opinions because I know that's at the forefront of your mind. But let's not discount the very real fact that other people's opinions, no matter what they're thinking, does nothing for your level of enjoyment at an event, how much fun you have, how confident you are, what conversations you have. It has nothing to do with that unless you think that it does, right? Unless it's on your mind, unless you give power to it. You could, if you wanted to, as you are, show up to this event or gathering or whatever it is, completely confident and completely outgoing in the moment, you know, interested in other people. You absolutely could. There's nothing standing in your way of that. If you've made your confidence conditional on being a certain size, then yes, you probably will feel insecure if you're not that size. But you can change what your confidence is conditional on. It's not inherently conditional that you have to be a certain size in order to be confident. Otherwise, everyone in the world that wasn't that one size would feel insecure, and we just know that that isn't the case. This is what I often say to clients, which they find helpful. Confidence isn't conditional, and it's not a personality trait per se. Confidence is a skill, and you can learn how to be confident. You can build the skill of being confident as you are, 10 pounds heavier, 10 pounds lighter, as you are right now. It doesn't matter. You can learn the skill of being confident because that's what it is, and you can learn any skill. But you have to understand that then it's in your power and your control to then build the skill of confidence. It's not going to be handed to you by being a certain size. You're going to actively build it. And so the question then becomes, okay, well, how do you build confidence? How do you learn that skill of being confident? And it's sort of made up of lots of different, in my experience, lots of different elements, much like other skills, that you can practice. And one of them is not saying mean things to yourself, right? So if you notice that you're going to go into this event and say loads of mean things to yourself about the way that you look, and then notice that you don't have to do that and you do have a choice over that. One of the next little tricks that you can use is, if you don't want to be focusing on your body, if that is something that which you would like to choose not to do in order to feel better and enjoy yourself, then what would you like to focus on when you go to this event? Is it your friends? Is it conversations? Is it dancing? Is it having fun? And keep your mind maybe focused on all the things that you do want to focus on. And notice that if you didn't allow yourself to say mean things to yourself, if you didn't mind read what other people were thinking, and you notice when you're doing that and you stop it, you stop the negative thoughts, you stop the mind reading when you notice it happening, and you're deliberately focusing on the positives and having fun, what will be the result of that? Well, you'll probably feel a lot better, and you'll probably enjoy yourself a lot more, and you'll probably feel a lot more confident. I'm kind of oversimplifying a really complex and big topic here of confidence, but I hope you can see what I'm saying. Notice all the things that you're doing about this event, or in general, the things that you do, because I firmly believe that it is all coming from you, that you're saying to yourself, you're thinking about, you're focusing on, that make you feel insecure. Highlight them, identify them, and then notice that you can notice when you're doing them and stop them. You can stop them, but you have to choose to, you have to want to. So I guess the big question at large that I will pose to you is, do you want to choose to feel confident and do the things and think the things that a confident, self-loving person would do?
Hi lovely. If we're just meeting for the first time and you're not familiar with my work, then I help women with disordered eating, binge eating, emotional eating, yo-yo dieting to develop what I call a normal and healthy relationship with food. And if that's something that you need help with and you haven't already seen it, then I have made a 50-minute lesson, which I highly recommend that you check out, where I explain an overview of how to develop a normal and healthy relationship with food if you're currently struggling. And I hope that's of help to you.